It is now 11:16. Stevie Wonder had this album out back in the day. It was called Hotter Than July.
Yeah.
And when you said it's going to feel like July tomorrow, that's the first thing that came to mind.
Stevie Wonder.
The Master Blaster. Remember that song?
I don't.
Okay.
Not that particular one.
I'm not going to sing it for you, but I'm
see,
thinking
that was the
of,
whole point.
Well, it ain't happening. But anyway, I'm thinking of that song, that album, and it's going to be hot tomorrow.
And it's hot too.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what, we definitely have some toasty temperatures that are coming our way for tomorrow. That's an inside joke.
It's hot too. Yep.
But we're going to go ahead and take a look at what we do have going on, because once the heat finally comes to an end, it's thunderstorms that we're going to have to contend with. Little patchy fog to start your day in the morning with temperatures in the 60s. We are going to be in the mid and upper 80s for the afternoon. Humidity on the rise. Can't rule out a rogue pop-up shower or thunderstorm, but I think for the most part we're going to be dry. There's just so much capacity in that hot atmosphere. So tomorrow we are turning up the heat and the humidity, and eventually all of that will feed into thunderstorm chances that will start to pick up. We'll have a round in the morning on Wednesday, but a bigger round is expected in the afternoon. So the big picture right now across the Great Lakes region shows that we do have some showers and storms off to the north of us. Not worried about those. Lots of clouds and murky skies off to the south of us. Eventually, that's all going to start to get in here. But the driver in our weather pattern right now is twofold. Number one, it's a big area of low pressure in the northwestern part of the country. And number two, which will become number one very quickly, is a huge batch of hot air that is sitting just off the west coast. You can see that the low pressure is creating some cool temperatures. We've even got some mountain snows there in western Montana. All of this continuing to move to the east, and it's being pushed by the hot air that is sitting in the eastern Pacific. So watch this whole pattern change that sets up, okay? The cold air is trying to make its way to the east. It's trying to go path of least resistance, and all of a sudden this hot air just kind of comes in here and pushes against it, and that dislodges the chilly air, and you can kind of see how it begins to sink down into the Great Lakes region. This is on Friday. So we basically have pretty mild temperatures. By Friday, we take a step back. This heat dome, as it's going to be known, is going to probably be a headline for the rest of the week, especially in the western states. It will move into the southern states by the end of this week. And don't be surprised if in the next 2 weeks, all of a sudden we find our temperatures starting to go up. This heat just doesn't disappear. As a matter of fact, there's another reinforcing shot of it sitting in the Pacific right now, and that will likely start to push all that heat our direction, but it's going to take some time for all that to happen. So in the meantime, we still have that area of low pressure to contend with. So we're going to back it up. This is right now. There's the showers and storms to the south and the north. Watch how this cold air starts to drive eastward, and as it does so, ahead of it, we get a huge push of heat. So that's tomorrow's heat. And eventually that rain will catch up to us by Wednesday morning. As mentioned, we'll have rain in the morning on Wednesday, so it's going to be a super humid day Wednesday. And then by the afternoon, now here comes that cold air aloft, and on the leading edge of that, we will likely have thunderstorms that break out. Some of those storms could be strong, maybe severe, but more notably is that through the rest of the week, that cold air just continues to press into northern Ohio, and we end up getting a lot cooler by Friday. So Wednesday evening, we're kind of highlighting the next weather impact. We talked earlier about the weather impact for tomorrow as being the heat and humidity. By Wednesday evening, it's the storms, and we could have heavy rain with some flooding potential coming in. High winds, hail, lots of lightning. Could be a little bit of a loud evening for you. But again, now is the time to start to think ahead on Wednesday evening. All right, if we do have some thunderstorms coming through, how will that change our plans? Real quick peek at your National Design Mart hour-by-hour forecast for tomorrow. We're going to be in the upper 80s. We'll start off in the 70s and quickly find the mercury rising. That is definitely going to make things a little toasty and possibly even, well, not really getting close to records. I think the only one that's even close, even within 5 degrees, would be New Philadelphia, and temperatures there will be in the mid-80s. That's exactly what the Guardian's forecast is for tomorrow, with partly cloudy skies. After that, well, here's the rest of your Medina Country Club forecast. The temperatures are going down. By Friday, there's our cool air that settles in with some scattered showers. Next weekend, we have some rain chances around, and then we kind of toe the line into much of next week with temperatures holding in the low 70s.